Yes, of course, buddy. Ian Buck.
Yeah,
What's going on, bro?
not much, man. Just enjoying everything that's about life, enjoying life,
You're enjoying everything?
enjoying everything about life.
When I sit in this chair, there's not like I should scoot it up so I can get a good backing.
Yeah,
But I end up hunching because I walk with a hunch anyways. Everybody knows I'm a hunch walker. But I need to get my own badass chair. I feel like everybody's chair is this. Your chair is the same as my chair. I'm supposed to be the man, bro.
you got to get that Captain Kirk Star Trek, command chair.
Ooh, a Star Trek chair. That would be lit, bro. I do have the iMac at my disposal. Y'all see, man, we got the goods over here. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, bro. What's your favorite radio station out here?
Man, I got a lot of favorite radio stations. If I'm just cruising around, whatever's fitting my fancy, Sometimes I was tuning and I didn't realize it was a classical radio station. I actually was listening to that one for 10 minutes. It was very soothing.
You don't have just a top three that come to your head when you pick?
Man, not generally. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, my favorite, but if I'm going to listen to anything, we'll say that. Normally, because it's easy to get to, it's a very memorable number, and they had a very comical election topic called electile dysfunction on 102.5 The Bone.
Electile dysfunction. Very nice. Very well named.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
So, you give me a station or what? Are you gonna give me what's your favorite radio station?
Well, if you're gonna put me down to it, I guess I'm gonna have to say
I'm pinning you down, Buck.
Okay, pin me down, man. I really like The Bone on 102.5.
The Bone's your favorite station? That's in my top 3 favorite stations out here for sure. So that's not a bad answer. The Bone we'll talk about the Bone lineup because we do talk radio and the Bone does talk radio. So that's going to be interesting when we get there. But no, we'll talk down the line about the Bone because I want to talk about radio personalities as well. But in Tampa Bay, right, you've got, for talk radio, you got the Bone. That's essentially what you got.
Yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge is on one of the channels, and I feel bad. I always try to look it up, and I can't find it. But shout out to Bubba the Love Sponge. Bubba's the only person that beat us this year for Best of the Bay. So there were, in 2023, the Mosh Jelton Show won Best FM Radio Show. And then in 2024, we won second best next to Bubba the Love Sponge. So he came in and swept us. But I don't know. I never know where to listen to him. So but go check out Bubba the Love Sponge. But I would have to say my favorite radio station to listen to is either 98 Rock or The Bone or Radio St. Pete or Hits 106.
All those are great, but you said The Bone was in your top 3, but not the top 1. So what's number 1, Mosh?
I had your mic down a little bit. Number 1, if I said my favorite radio station to listen to in Tampa Bay, definitely is going to be, oh man, it's The Bone. It is The Bone. It's my favorite to listen to.
You see what I mean? They got really great topics, electrifying. I'll be listening to the radio station driving down the road, and it's the only one where I will actually laugh out loud. You know what I'm saying?
It's the only one that has talk radio. So, I mean, the rest of them, you're pretty much picking music or whatever. Hits 106 has some talk with some music. I work for Hits 106 as well as I do a show on, we do a show on Sunshine 96.7 FM, and you work for a company as well. So we work for a lot of these companies. So we want to say our company, but The Bone, very good. See, here's the thing. Sunshine 96.7 FM Radio St. Pete out here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
That's like everybody that's on that station were local up-and-comers or are local up-and-comers right now. So I started on 96.7 FM St. Pete. And then I got bigger, and I'm still there because I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to be like, all right, bet, thanks for putting us on FM and letting us get these awards, so we're leaving. I'm not going to do them like that.
Right.
But so they have some really good shows because they put on local artists, and it's not corporate. They're a 501c3. So definitely check out Sunshine 96.7 FM. But the Bone... And if we're talking talk radio, I mean, the Bone has it hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down in your pants, play around type stuff.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on, and I didn't know this until I started listening to them, how many events they have actually helping the community. And after the 2 consecutive hurricanes, which is crazy to say out loud, they did a lot of stuff to help the Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the Bone is everywhere.
Yeah.
They are everywhere. But let's get a little juicy. Let's ruffle some feathers here. We're going to ruffle feathers. We're feather rufflers. We're professional feather rufflers. My brother's name is Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffler. Anyways, listen. We're going to go with our top 5 radio personalities in Tampa Bay, excluding ourselves.
Aw.
So we're going to say, I want to say, who do you think is the most top 5 talented? It doesn't have to be in order. We'll go back and forth one. Top 5 most talented talk radio show hosts in Tampa Bay. Now, I would put myself at number 1. I hate saying it. I hate being a dick and being like, oh, bro, I'm the best. But I mean, look at the field, bro. Besides Bubba the Love Sponge, who that you can definitely argue he's better than me. But other than that, man, it's a real clean sweep. So I would smash it. But I would say the best in terms of talent right now is Drew Garabo.
Honestly, that was one of the first to come to mind. And my question back to you is, would John be incorporated in that answer or be...
No, we're going with singular.
Singular? Okay.
Yeah.
So I would also have to put John in the mix as well.
So who are you putting in first? Who do you think's the most talented first?
Well, first you said we weren't putting them in order. Now we are?
Well, I'm saying that's the first person I'm saying.
Okay.
Just give me one name right now. You're giving me 2. Don't give me the Drew John connection. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who do you just give me one that you think is the best? Drew or
well,
I say Drew. Who do you say?
Another one that comes to mind.
And that is my favorite. I think he's the best. So yeah, if you do have an order, if you can put it in order, go ahead and put it in order. But I'd say Drew is the best.
Well, I would agree with that. In no particular order for my next answer, I would have to say Scott Tavlin.
So you say Drew, the most talented radio DJ in the area for talk radio, but then Scott Tavlin is your number 2?
Whoa. I'm not saying for number 2. I'm just saying he's in the top 5.
He's in your top 5,
right,
but you just set him for number 2. You just set him as your second person to say.
Well, I guess that there's a little bit of bias there because I've actually met him in person on an occasion.
Don't water down your endorsement.
He's a very nice individual. Okay,
he's a nice guy. You're going to give him. It's like Dave Portnoy giving a higher vote on the pizza, a higher number because they like the owner. Bro, just be real, bro. You think Scott Tavlin's in the top 5?
Yeah.
He's won Best Radio Personality, I think, a couple times. In 2023, he won Best Radio Personality. He got 3rd place this year, although I beat him with 2nd place, baby. Sorry, Scotty. Scott Tavlin, Mosh Jelton got 2nd place, and then Bubba, he got 1st. I got 2nd. I beat your boy Scott Tavlin. So, nah, I'm not trying to rub it in your face, Scotty. I love you, bro, but I beat you as Best Radio Personality. But next year you could win, I promise. What does he do? He does like a music channel?
I believe he is a part of a music segment, but he also has a talk portion where he does a lot of reward giveaways. You know what I mean? Like, oh, come and call and you could win $1,000 if you get all 8 questions we give you right. And
nice.
He is a talent on Magic 94.9.
Well, let me give you a couple more because we got to crank. But I would up there in the top. I'm going a cat named Mo, is very talented when we're going that high. John Senning
Yeah.
is very talented when we're talking about people who know how to act behind the microphone. I would say Johnny B would be good. Johnny B, I don't think plays the one chair correctly.
What do you mean by that?
And we'll talk more about that when I say people that don't do. I'm going to put him in the category of people that could be better, and we'll get there.
Ooh.
But also, I would say Roger and JP are fire, and John Kelly from Hits 106 is amazing. Marvelous Marvin. John Kelly from Hits 106, he does afternoon drive on Hits 106 Tampa Bay, and I work with him, and I've seen this guy. I'll be working the boards, and he'll be like, all right, switch that song out. He's like, all right, we need a song that's 3.5 minutes. All right, I got one. And then he'll name the song, and it's exactly 3.5 minutes. And then he'll be like, all right, put one in that's 2:22. And then he'll name the song, and it's like 2:23.5. And I'm like, all right. And then he's like, all right, we're 5 minutes behind. Take out that, move this. And he's remotely telling me this. You know what I'm saying? From the location. And I'm in the boardroom doing what he says. And he just knows so much. John Kelly is amazing. Did I miss anybody that was top talent out here besides Beatbox?
Honestly, it's wild because everything you said came to mind. So you took the words.
Agree with me.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. I agree with you, man. Yeah.
So let's go then. If you just completely agree with me, then I guess my answers are correct. I know these things. I'm not saying I always get it right. I'm just saying more often than not, I always get it right. I'm going to ask you this, though. There are big, famous Tampa Bay radio personalities who are not at the level that they should be at.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with, we already talked about Johnny B, right?
Yeah, you brought him up a little bit. Why do you say he doesn't play the one chair correctly?
Johnny B is a very talented person. He's good at stand-up, and he's not bad at radio, but his co-hosting picks, for one, are very horrible. He doesn't pick somebody to complement his style. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Will Kuntz is good at radio, but when you put Will and John together, it's like oil and oil. Like, you got to give Johnny B, if you're listening, bro, you need a different type of person, bro. You need somebody out of the box. Quit picking comedians. Pick somebody that's more serious. You're a very funny, very lighthearted person. Why don't you add somebody very serious to put that kind of ambiance in there, and the show would do better. So I just don't think that he picks the right people to go in with him. But if you put Johnny B on any show as the two chair, I think he'd do great.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked Johnny B to actually do the jingle for because I was on the Johnny B show for years.
Yeah.
I did it a couple years. Every Wednesday night, I would do their best segment, in my opinion, and in most people's opinion, which was me roasting the cast every night. Or every Wednesday night. So every Wednesday night, I would call up the Johnny B show on 102.5, and I would roast the cast, and they would go crazy. Here's one clip of me roasting the Johnny B show on 102.5 FM The Bone.
Like he always does, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the baddest rapper in the land. On the hotline, it is Mosh Jelton. Hello, Mosh.
The baddest rapper in the land, Mosh Jelton.
Woo, just like Jen, dude. I think everybody should have to, if you want to be a good caller, I think everybody that calls in the show, that should be our thing. You have to sing when you. Yeah, dude. How cool would that be if that became like a real thing? Let's make it a thing.
All right, let's do it.
All right. You don't talk to us without a jingle to start the conversation. So that's our new thing. Sorry, guys. If you can't sing,
man, I
just
think
try.
I'm going to hard pass on the jingle, bro, but I'm definitely going to eviscerate you every time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you listen on Wednesday, you know at 11 o'clock,
It sounds like it's raining outside.
Mosh gives it to us. And because we're always running late, it's usually like 11:07, so sometimes 11:15. The baddest battle rapper, freestyle rapper around, and he is going to humble us with sweet, sweet, mean rap, and we're ready.
Are you sure you're ready, bro?
Oh, I'm ready, dude. I'm wearing a cup.
All right, man. All right, bro. I said, look. I said, I'm sick with the bars I'm rapping. Johnny, your auditions are not to happen. You couldn't do the voiceovers for Charlie Chaplin, bro.
Oh, no.
Facts. When Johnny eats burgers, the ketchup and mustard ricochet. This dude seems like the show can't live today. Y'all got tickets to a show that you can't even give away, bro.
Oh.
I steal all your...
And that was a freestyle that really happened. They have tickets and no one would call to give away.
tickets to Tears for Fears. Hamburgers for Johnny are near and dear. Look, I sell crack for starters. JB loves apps and starters. Johnny, if I were you, I would smack my barber. Will is what Andre the Giant looked like as a toddler. Kelly, if I was your parent, you wouldn't have a father because I told your mother I never wanted you.
Ouch.
Kelly looks like someone unsuccessfully used a copier to Xerox Monica.
Oh!
Johnny, there's no way to stop me. I'm cocky. I played your girl a song on the guitar called Unzip My Pants and dropped D. Get up. Kelly, you are not hot. Sorry. Even in a crop top, you better run from the knife quick chop, chop. I'm the last of a dying breed like an ill animal. Johnny smuggles baseball bats into the studio via Will's mandible. Bro, you're not going to lose weight, so don't pretend to. Johnny, if you even attempt to say the word menu one more time, I will unfriend you, bro. You said that stuff about, trying to get your eating to go. It's a marathon, not a sprint, bro. You can't do either of those. You traveled through the hood wrong. Johnny B's idea of a good song is $5 foot long.
That's true.
There's your song. I'm so hot, you need a firefighter. I make Will's time expire. I hit him with a pile driver, then shoot him with a sniper rifle. Johnny, morbid obesity has got to be close to you. I would blame your father, but that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm going to keep this between Mosh and both of you. You're two people. Johnny, what are you trying to stall for? You can't fit your wrist in your dog door, homie. Dog more! You missed an episode... You missed an episode of Star Wars and his heart tore. So he drank hardcore and woke up on a bar floor with several small dwarves using his stomach as a par 4 golf course.
Ouch.
Yeah. Laugh at that. What you need to do is find a way to swagger jack my battle raps, climb your way to the top, lose to me in 3, and after that you can give me my ladder back. Will's jocking Johnny's sack so bad he'd need a wrench the size of a taxi cab to get his mouth and his nads detached.
Jeez.
Will's a pedophile without giving a damn. It ain't a mystery, man. You can catch him up there on Fisher and Grand, hopping out of a windowless van, looking for little kids dressed as the gingerbread man. He likes kids.
Jesus Christ.
Johnny's feet are so fat. His feet are fat. When I leave his... They're big. They're huge. When I leave his dome cracked and his bones bashed, America's going to have to use its own flag as your toe tag. I will check him. I'm saying I will check him. He didn't even bend over, and I still wrecked him. Not today. You need to just walk away. I'm going to end this verse in an awkward way.
Dude, that was straight. So that was over 4 minutes of raps.
Yeah.
And do you know how long it takes to prepare and to write and deliver 4 minutes of raps for the Johnny B show?
Probably at least 2 hours.
2 to 4 hours it would take. So every week I would hit him with that. Imagine that segment. I'm sure afterwards they're like,
Oh, Mosh Jelton, everybody. Very, very mean. This guy's very mean man. He's mean, hurtful.
You guys survived. You sound good.
I'll be all right, dude.
But like, how are you? What are you supposed to do? Go on and do a show after I just demolished your show?
I guess it would be a little difficult. There's a way you could play around that and be like, oh, he was very funny calling you that, Will, and just play on that, or John, or Monica, Monica or Kelly, playing on any one of them and just keep going, rolling with it. Because if you make a good roast and it's funny and they have a good comedic point to expound upon it after you leave the phone call, then it's always good to be like, well, this is what he said, for the viewers that just tuned in.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, like, for me to do such a crazy performance and now you got to finish your show, it's almost like going up after Chris Rock. It's not easy. But, like, Johnny B was cool, but, like, he wouldn't message me back a lot, which is weird. I'm not trying to put business out there, but I'm just saying, dude wouldn't message me back because he was scared about the drama with Mike, but he would still have me on his show once a week to do that crazy segment for his show. And then when I got into that last thing with Mike, he stopped messing with me. But Johnny B is a good dude, bro. I do think he's a good dude. Some small things, like I said, hey, Johnny B, do me a favor, bro. At the time, he was bigger than me. So I was like, hey, will you please do a promo for our show? It'll help me out.
Yeah.
I figured... he was bigger at the time. Now I'm bigger than him. This doesn't matter, but I'm just saying. So here's what my boy, the dude I spent all this time working on his show, and it did get my name out too, so I didn't do it selflessly, but I spent a lot of time working on his show, and here's what he sent me.
Hey, you're listening to the Methamphetamine Hour, also known as the Mosh Jelton Show. And this your boy Johnny B from 102.5 The Bone. This is the show I listen to when I think about hitting people.
That's what he thought about me. And then I guess I could see where you can, and I got a lot of listeners, and I've been using that for a long time.
Yeah.
But like, that's how you help me out? Here, I'll help you out. Here, let me send you, this should help out your show. Use this.
Hey, you're listening to the Methamphetamine Hour, also known as the Mosh Jelton Show. And this your boy Johnny B from 102.5 The Bone. This is the show I listen to when I think about hitting people.
That'd be like Johnny B hitting me up and going, hey, Mosh, send me a promo. And I was like, yo, what's up? Hey, it's your boy Mosh Jelton. This is the show I listen to when I want to eat a bunch of cake and get really fat and never want to talk to any chicks because I'm a loser and I really don't know how to have any upward mobility in this industry. But I wouldn't send him nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'd be an ass. I wouldn't send him nothing like that. That'd be like me sending him, hey, what's up? It's your boy Mosh Jelton. And you are tuned in to the show where huge dudes just sit there and listen for almost zero reason because there's no consistency in the show. It doesn't really make sense. And not many people are entertained. But I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? I would never send him that. I'd say, what's up, it's your boy Mosh Jelton. Excuse me, I got a bug. What's up, it's your boy Mosh Jelton, and you are tuned in to the #1 nighttime radio show, The Johnny B Show. That's what I would do. What I wouldn't do is say, what's up, it's your boy Mosh Jelton. You are tuned in to the dude that used to be fat but lost over 100 pounds and is still fat. And you could still be fat too if you listen to this radio show. Plus, I might have to cut that. But, I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you just wouldn't do it, man. You know what it reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
Man, you see a nice chick out, and you go up to her, and... You ever heard of the flirting technique known as negging? I believe that's what it's called, where you're...
Wait, it's known as what?
I believe it's called negging, right? Like, your end goal is to make them want more attention from you, but the way you do so is through negative comments, right? So you go up to them and you're like, oh, that you picked a nice dress, but another one would have looked better on you or something
What
like that.
we called that in my day was passive aggressive. You were being passive aggressive. That's what that means in my day.
And that's what that reminds me of, right? Because it's like, oh, I'm complimenting you, but it's with a negative intention.
100%. It was passive aggressivism, and he wouldn't respond to me. And then after I got in a little feud with Mike, his co-host left the Johnny B show because Johnny wouldn't put his name on the show and make it like the Johnny and Will Kuntz show. So he left. And then I called into his Saturday show, and that's when all hell broke loose. And then Will stopped responding to me. So Will Kuntz, I would say, he should have stayed on the Johnny B show and kept shining. But Will, man, if I could give you some help, bro, put some sensation into what you're saying. Everything you're saying is dull, and it's not even like for a character. It's almost like you're the great value version of everybody else that's trying to be like you. You've got to put some zhuzh in there. You got to put some sizzle. That's what I would say to Will Kuntz. But here's me talking to Will Kuntz on the bone.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring on one of these people who are insecure. Let's welcome Mike Calta to the program. Hi, Mike.
Okay, so Will hits me up, boom, boom. That's where I'm talking to Mike. But here's me talking to Will. We'll get there.
So I've been in the radio world for 7 years. So the pushback on that is wild. And do you have the post?
Well, I'm trying to. You post a lot, so I'm trying to find it right now.
There's passive aggressive. You post a lot. Why don't you just say, bro? You post. The way he said it was like you post too much, but they won't say it fully, man. It's a weird world, Buck.
Yeah.
So that's not good. The State of Tampa Bay FM on the Mosh Jelton Show. I'll tell you how everything works and why I haven't been picked up by a major company. Plus, you're going to fight the guy from Trapped, apparently, the lead singer of Trapped.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to sign a deal so we can box, but he seems to be very against it. Now, when I say I'm going to talk about the state of FM, you and I both know there's a lot of things. We all know everything about a lot of people in FM, but there's a G code, bro. I'm not going to go on there and start naming names. This guy is like this. This guy tried this dude.
And this was at a time where, and I was caught totally off guard with this conversation. So I was like,
what do you mean caught off guard? Can you give me a little bit of context as to how this conversation inspired?
When Will was a buddy of mine, as far as I knew, he would respond, and he was on the Johnny B show. And that's essentially how I had spoken to Johnny B for those years, was hit up Will, and Will would talk to Johnny B. They wouldn't even tell me when they were off. So I would write a whole script. And then the day of, I would just check and be like, hey, everything's still good for tonight? And they'll be like, oh, no, we're off tonight. And I'd be like, whatever. But how this Will thing was, I was hitting him up about doing a project or something together. And he's like, hey, I'm on air. Call me now on air, and we'll talk on air and do a bit. And I was like, man, I'm not really in the mood, bro. I just was hollering at you just to say what's up. And he's like, call me on air. And I was like, whatever. So to help him out, I called him on air. He gets this, and then the big dog, Cowface, comes in and starts yelling.
I have a question. Did you think that if I win this award, there's no way that I cannot be hired? I have the piece of paper here. They'll have to take me.
No.
Now they're talking about, Will's asking me if I won Creative Loafing, did I think that I would get hired immediately? And I did not.
Oh, no, the award has nothing to do with me. It's my work ethic. It's my work ethic, bro. I do this for 12 hours a day, every day.
And there's the big dog, Cowhead, and this is where and I'm just going to play a second of it, but this is just where me and Cowface go back to back, and he's calls in, having a perfectly fine conversation with Will, and then Cowface calls in again to shit on me for no reason. It's so dumb.
What do you do? Tell me what you do. I've heard you say several times that you're the hardest working guy. What do you do? What do you think that you're doing that is considered work towards your radio show that no one's ever heard of?
He caught me off guard here. I thought I was talking to my buddy Will, the most powerful guy in Tampa Bay radio, calls in to shit on me. So I was a little caught off guard, and you can hear it in my voice.
You got it. All right. So I'm constantly on social media every day. I'm constantly reaching out to people. I'm throwing shows. I'm pulling bands. I go out. I stand on street corners twice a week holding signs. I go to every single event. I go to every single event I can to network. I promote my favorite radio station and my favorite radio DJs. You are one of my favorite radio DJs. And I do this stuff.
I didn't know whether he was going to continue to be a dick or not, so I said he was one of my favorite. I don't care if you're going to be nice or not now, Mike, but you suck regardless of whether or not you want to chill with me now. You do suck as a radio DJ. I love the Bone, though. I'm a big fan of the Bone. I just particularly don't like one or two people that are, and you're a public figure. I'm entitled to have my personal opinion about a couple public figures. That's all. But anyways, that goes into the stupid litigation about Cowface and how he likes to run everything, but I don't want to get into that.
Sounds like a bunch of drama.
Yeah, those are the people I don't like in the industry, or not that I don't like, but people I think that could do better. But what I will say is, who do you think is the most talented person at the Mosh Jelton show at our radio station, at our show?
In our show?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Honestly, I would, obviously, Mosh Jelton,
me.
right?
And Bob, you'd say, is number 2.
That's what I was going to say, but the thing is he didn't get there without a lot of hard work, and he's really shown, Beatbox Bob, has really shown that he can, he don't need a co-host. He can host his own show. He can run it all by himself. He did a spectacular job when you had a little vacation there.
Yeah, hands down, Bob is number 2. But who do you think's the third best? You got you, Schmitty, Little Crab, or Jay Scrass? Who do you think's better talent wise?
Now, this is going to be interesting because when I first started the show, Schmitty was a regular, and then he had personal reasons, to where he couldn't be as consistent with the show. And before that, I would say he would be the third best. Now that I've been, I would say, not taken over his spot, but been here more so than he has, I feel like I would be placed third.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on what we're doing. Overall talent, and here's where I'd have to go.
Ooh.
One chair. Does Schmitty have one chair experience? Can he run the show? He's never hosted a show.
No.
You've never hosted a show?
No.
But Schmitty's co-hosted a lot of shows. Have you co-hosted a couple?
Well, yeah, we've co-hosted a couple.
We're co-hosting right now.
And on 96.7 Radio St. Pete.
So we've co-hosted a lot.
Yeah.
We've co-hosted a lot. And then you got to go 3-chair. Now, you play a damn good 3-chair. Can Schmitty play a 3-chair as well as you could play a 3-chair?
Ooh.
At this point, I like your assessment. It's fair to say. I couldn't give you the edge yet. I could say you're a tie. That would be the highest up I could go. You and Schmitty would tie. And then it would be Kreb and Jess.
I agree.
Schmitty, I mean, he probably has you beat at this point right now until you can learn a couple more tricks of the 2-chair trade.
Yeah.
Schmitty's really good with the sensationalism. I think Kreb needs to step his game up, and he has been, and he's lurching forward. And I don't know. At least we all know I'm the best.
Yeah.